you can't blind pick in a lounge in that way because you signal the character that you're picking. So they actually had to organize the blind pick in the Discord.
Who was that? Was that Zickles?
No, I think it was...
it was somebody against JB.
Was it Fluxwave's JB?
I think it was, yeah.
Both of our players rocking the new costumes. I gotta say, I know that you guys weren't necessarily huge fans of the Luke costume, but this Luke skin looks so much better in 6 than it did in 5.
The biggest difference for me is the hair. Like the hair mechanics in 6 are just so much better, and so it really translates. It actually looks like hair. It's less Banana Ken and more, you know, Luke.
Shoutouts to Banana Ken. Anyway, speaking of Luke, Mikex is in the driver's seat right now, but gets the worst of this exchange. And COMPLEX90 gets the better of that round. Look at those shoes that DJ is wearing.
The shiny loafers.
The bright blue, the seafoam blue loafers.
Going up against shoeless Luke, but trapped in the corner against Luke. Pretty bad spot to be in. Complex knows that and immediately fishes for that back throw.
Nice parry pump out of Mikex. I think it seemed like they hesitated for a second there to try to figure out how they wanted to play for that position. Accidentally cornering themselves. Unfortunately, parry pump turns into a drive rush, and now we're pushed back to mid-screen. Complex off of these pokes gets the drive gauge advantage, and Mike puts himself into burnout, but having level 3 available, yeah, don't spend it. Level 1, oh, I was going to say puts him in burnout, but it also puts him into the next round.
It puts him into the coffin, so yeah, little of this, little of that. But it is interesting to see Luke and how Mike's been playing it. You know, obviously he's very churning through this drive gauge. Very common tactic for a lot of these Luke players because they know that there are things like the level 1 and the level 2 and the level 3 to rely on when they don't have that drive gauge.
Yeah, well, and I think on top of that as well, the fact that they have those mind games around charged Knuckle versus immediate release Knuckle, like there's interesting gaps, there's interesting spots built into his kit where even without drive gauge, he can keep his turn and try to force the issue and really make you keep him honest. As we say that honestly, Mike is in the back foot, but these perfect parries, there's so much parry pumping coming out of Mike, and the level 3 in the back, I think you're just barely alive here against Complex.
Yeah, if this was critical life, he would obviously be dead. Although that life bar is moving quite fast.
Oh my god.
That's Luke,
You
bro.
remember earlier when I was like, Luke does bricks? I forgot.
Luke win.
So Luke's actually going to take our Luke. Mike is going to take our game 1 here, and yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of high damage characters tonight, and Luke's always been, since his inception in 5, just a very crazy damage character, but like, sometimes it's easy to forget this title, because I feel like everybody just about chunks out.
I don't like, I think there are characters where the damage that they output is certainly a bigger issue than others. Like, as oppressive as Ken is, it's not very often that I look at Ken and I'm like, what the hell, that did so much more than I expected. You know, Ken is oppressive for his toolkit, JP is oppressive for his toolkit, and how difficult it is to deal with him and how patient you need to be. Luke puts out bricks of damage.
It's almost the sole bad guy problem, right? Where, like, if he touches you, you're gonna die.
Sure.
But, like, it's all mids.
I suppose. But look at that mid, jumping fierce. Not a mid, but it might as well be. That shit is annoying to deal with, playing a very slow, methodical game right now. And the amount of neutral jump fierce coming out of Mike.
I mean, as long as it's not going punished, why stop?
Well, I think the thing is, either Complex has down charge and goes for up kicks, or he has to use back roundhouse.
Yeah.
But back roundhouse, with how tall DJ is, it's a little bit harder to time that back roundhouse anti-air. So jump fierce is actually a really stellar tool here. The cross-up lands as Mike chooses to jump second. Yes, indeed, the cash out. That is a good tip for Mike.
But I mean, yeah, like, it doesn't matter what his options are if it's still working. Like,
Yeah.
why not? And I mean, like you said, there's really nothing that's like a solid answer. Because like, you don't want to be just holding down track DJ. Like, you're too mobile as a character from what we've seen from Complex to be, you know, you're not down backing.
Right, you don't need to be. You're the more mobile version of a Sonic Boom charge character. Has the upcharge that time though, but again, they were sitting on that crouching strong, so it's a spot where they had made the decision to go for the charge.
Oh, parry pump to block, forcing the burnout here when you're already so far behind on life.
Yeah, that was a rough spot to be in. It's so scary once you're in that like standing strong target combo spacing. DJ can just do whatever the hell he wants to you when you're in burnout.
Mike's done a fairly solid job of managing it.
There's a reason Complex is keeping this down charge and going for all these low pokes, and it's because of how aerially focused Mike has been. Jumping Fierce connects is a little bit too far away for the extension off the standing short, but
that's game, yeah. That's really solid game there. Getting some cat content while the round ends.
Yes, game on the board for Complex. And yeah, I think Mike's ground game has been shown to not be as developed, and it's this air approach, like he's getting to that cross-up spacing, and so much of the game had been around that, you know, cross-up, jump medium kick versus, you know, like neutral jump stand fierce, and now that Complex has found, yeah, I'm just going to keep the down charge, get my cross-cut, and not worry about it. Now Mike is bleeding.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Mike was kind of expecting the perfect parry there, because you should let it go right after that punished for it.
Right. Having that corner lockdown right now is Mike. Perfect parry pump coming out. Not as much damage as I would like from that extension, but the choice was to spend the drive beat in order to get the better corner control.
He was on a vacation? No, just getting planted into the ground.
Oh, that's too late! Oh, man. He believed, and you know what? It's the right reaction. It's just, you know, a couple of frames sooner or a couple of pixels farther, and you would have been fine. Although the difference is, DJ's OD Fireball is also so good at dealing with other projectiles. So I actually, off the top of my head, don't know how that interaction will go. I don't recall if Super just de facto beats Drive Fireballs.
Well, I mean, OD Fireballs would have, what, 4 hits of contact?
I off the top of my head, I truly do not remember. Manages to beat the level 3.
Wow. Just immediately punishes with one of their own, taking advantage of that freeze frame. We're gonna head to another game 5 here tonight.
That wasn't even necessary too. Like that, you could have, if you already baited it, you were blocking. So that was the decision to be like, a jab would kill, but it's about as the man Heath Ledger once said, it's about sending a message.
We're going, take a bit of a breather. That wasn't one of those instant load-ins.
Sometimes you need a little bit of a reset. Oh, yeah. We can do it after, because we have to do it in the lobby as well. All right, Mike firmly in the driver's seat just this second. Complex on the back foot at the corner. We have the driver up behind it. A perfect KO for Mike to bring him to set point.
That was quick. That was quick.
There's a Street Fighter 6 round for you. Sometimes they happen. Sometimes you get perfect, dude.
But DJ definitely has that opportunity as well. It's just how well can you deal with this air game? You did it so well for 2 games in a row to put yourself in this position. Can't let loose now.
Right? Because that back roundhouse. I think the fact that Complex is starting to watch for the skies has made all of the difference. Their back throw now is going to earn them corner control. Oh, okay, interesting. Slasher coming out, life about the same, but unfortunately runs into the target combo coming out of Mike. Complex is pretty low on drive gauge, needs to take this opportunity to choose to be the aggressor, and in fact, does so. Not finding anti-air. That back roundhouse, man, is too tall.
Oh, the trade on the DR there, but how much further can you play defense as Mike? You have the life lead. You're bolted. Burnout next hit will do it.
Scary.
Oh, that check. Yeah. Checkmate.
Yeah. Mike is able to take it, the double burnout situation into the chip damage. Level 3 is going to be enough to do it. That establishes the winners semis, if I am not mistaken, because I do believe our other 2 matches were played off stream, because we already were informed by our stellar bracket manager, Yost, of what the next match is going to be, but we are going to cut to an ad real quick while I remake the lobby. Partly for stability and partly so this stops fast forwarding on all of you.
So, chat, if you were not watching this ad due to one of the wonderful gifted subs earlier from Mountain Dew Gaming, be sure to give them a thank you in the chat.